What the heck? Go go pistol! Go go Hey everybody, Mr. Firebirdjack here today, and yes, I did get a haircut, and actually it's been a while since I actually shown myself with my hair actually cut down to this degree. And I hope that a lot of you can't, overwhelm the change in my hair, especially my pick. I don't think you guys can still see that stuff though, but whatever. And yes, it's always in the back of my head. Anyways, yeah, can I do something to the window again? That's better. Now, I wanted to talk about my favorite One Piece characters. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are pretty aware that I am a huge One Piece fan. So, I wanted to get out my favorite characters and why they are my favorite characters. Now, I'm gonna make sure that this video is not too long like the last video that I just got to making. Or not the last video, but more like the Fairy Tail and One Piece one. Yeah. Surprisingly, yeah, I'm gonna go from 3 to 1. I mean, yeah, you guys are all like, oh, is he gonna go from like 10 to, 1? But no, this is like my favorite One Piece characters. I'll do that for the crew later. My top 3 favorite One Piece characters, starting off with Luffy. Well, the reason why Luffy is third is not, it's not because I don't like him or anything. Don't even go there. But I do put him on my favorites list for a lot of reasons. Because, for one, he has this determined way of, dealing with enemies. And whoever, messes with his friends, he just, throws it right back at him. And, he's really awesome. And there are times where he does act a little clownish and, he's kind of like the comedy script of it. There are times where he does get pretty serious and he won't let his friends go and he'll fight to the fullest. And this kind of goes into the conclusion of him trying to save Robin. And I know a lot of you are all like, who's Robin in your dubs and stuff like that, your fan dubs? Well, I'm pretty sure that you guys are into One Piece if you guys are actually sticking in this video. Yeah. So anyways, that's why Luffy is third. Number 2 on the roster is Usopp. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would say, oh, he's number 1 on my roster, and surprisingly, he's number 2. Because, Usopp's really cool. He's pretty much a normal dude out of all the Straw Hats. He's the weakest of the bunch. But he still has a lot of character to him and a lot of heart. And then again, he might be a liar and he might be scaredy all the time, but it does not deny the fact that he is pretty brave on his, per count. There's times where he would be knocked to pieces, like his nose would literally break and he'd still get up. Like, more talking on the Alabasta kind of way, But now, Usopp's grown up and he's got muscles going on, yeah, but he's still a wuss over things. And I could not blame him. Now, for number 1 on the roster, and yeah, this video sure has gone quick, hasn't it? Number 1 is not a Straw Hat, but is a villain. Now, I'm going to let you guys guess, do not try to see who it is. Ready? It's Mr. 2! I don't know his real name, but I just know that his name, they call him Mr. 2. His abilities is usually to, transform into anyone. And he can, shapeshift. And he's, able to do that by touching his face, and then he turns into someone. There's even times where he actually turned into Luffy and pretended to be him, swirling around like a ballerina. I was like, dude, what the heck? But, even though he looks kinda, yeah, a lot of things are wrong with this guy, especially his voice in the Japanese. I don't know how you could probably be like, oh, okay, that guy's pretty cool and stuff. But when it comes down to the point where Luffy's trying to save his brother, and Luffy can't, overcome everything in his path, he loses to a fight and then he gets thrown into the jail cell. But because this is at a time when Mr. 2 was actually able to help Luffy, because they were like, you know, they were already friends, you know, once they met in the jail cell. And when Luffy was going up against the strong guy, Mr. 2 was, you know, it wasn't because he was terrified. It wasn't because, you know, he was all like, I'm just going to leave this up to you, Luffy. He knows that he can't stand up against this guy or else he will die. He's not anywhere as strong as Luffy, and he knows that. So, you know, he leaves Luffy, but then, like, once Luffy gets thrown into that, like, freezing jail cell, and Luffy's on the brink of death, his friend, Mr. 2, comes back and helps him. And Mr. 2 is, like, struggling as much as Luffy in order to get him out of that snow and help him survive. And that's why I think he's, like, you know, my favorite character out of the bunch. Like, he actually, you know, he's a villain, but he still has heart. And that's actually pretty cool. I mean, you guys might, you know, disagree with my opinions, but whatever, you know, it's opinions, deal with it. Because I was going through that in the One Piece of Fairy Tail one, which you should watch, and it's like, you know, I don't know if it would be right here because my downloader's not working with me very well. But, you know, if it's right here, then, you know, you don't have to click on it, don't worry. I mean, if you're watching this on the iPad or something, you're limited. But, you know, I'm not doing it on the computer either. But, you know, I'm just putting it right there just so you guys get a clearer thought of what it looks like. And, you know, yeah, that's my opinions. And I'll do a, you know, favorite Straw Hats out of the bunch. And I promise you that it'll really be different from this one. Because, you know, everybody's like, Usopp, yeah, Usopp, yeah, Usopp, yeah. But, you know, I'll try to make it different than a lot of others. But anyways, Mr. Polarberjack signing out. Peace. Oops, sorry. Mr. Polarberjack actually signing out. Peace. Oh yeah, don't mind the hair, it'll grow back. 走り出せ走り出せ空高く